Modular cold room installation. Preparation. Before beginning the installation, you should familiarize yourself with the items in the package. Wrenches and protective elements like white and grey plugs and the optional compensation valve. Also familiarize yourself with the locks you will use to connect the panels. They each consist of male and female parts. The existing floor of the building must be level. Uneven floors can throw the cold room panels out of alignment, making them difficult to lock. They can also create gaps at the joins, leading to air leaks. Check the area for the correct rectangular shape by measuring the diagonals across the corners. Find the highest point on the floor and level it from that point. For floor leveling, we recommend using a laser device. This will provide the best results. Installation should be done according to the diagram, which shows the layout and specifications of the panels. Each panel has its own label with its own number and dimensions. The tools needed for the installation are a wrench, which is supplied in the accessory box, 2 or 3 ladders, a rubber mallet, a spirit level, and a tape measure. Once these are prepared, you can begin. Installation of floor panels. Assembly begins with installation of the floor panels. On a flat, leveled floor, place the first floor panel with the lock holes facing inwards. Then place the second floor panel next to the first. If your cold room has several floor panels, start at one side of the cold room and move outward according to the layout in the drawing. After placing the second panel next to the first, align and lock them to each other. The next step is installation of the floor frames. Follow the markings on the floor frames and place them according to the layout from the drawings. After aligning the floor frames with the floor panels, they must be locked to the floor panels in the same way as the floor panels are locked to each other. Rotate the wrench 90 degrees clockwise so that the tab of the male lock grips the pin of the female part. Continue rotating the wrench clockwise an additional 90 degrees so that the male lock tab, which has already captured the female lock pin during the first rotation, slides into its enclosure and thus pulls the panels together. After locking, check that the panels are aligned. Installation of wall and roof elements. After ensuring that the floor panels and frames are firmly interlocked, you are ready to install the wall panels and their vertical pillars. The best way to begin installing wall panels and vertical pillars is from a corner opposite the door. The lock holes must face inwards. After mounting the first panel, aligning and locking it to the floor frame, proceed with installing the first pillar. After aligning and locking these two together, proceed outwards from panel 1 to the rest of the panels and pillars. Continue mounting the panels according to the diagram, aligning and locking them with their floor frames. Continue with the vertical wall panels in order. Continue with the vertical wall panels in order. First, place a horizontal roof beam, then finish with a vertical pillar. Finish this step with a vertical pillar. Installation of the roof panels requires at least 3 people, so ensure there is someone ready to assist you. 2 people hold the first roof panel in its appropriate location at the end of the cold room, making sure that the lock holes are facing the inside of the cold room, while the third person tightens the locks. Place the supports of the roof panels in the locks on the shorter side of the panel so that they are in the free part of the lock. Lift the panel for mounting and place the supports on a horizontal beam to place the panel correctly. If necessary, adjust the panel position and then lock the panel. Again, horizontal roof beams go first and are locked to the vertical pillar. The door panel is shipped in the locked position with the keys taped on the inside of the door leaf. Remove the keys from the door lock before installing the panel. Otherwise, if you complete all the wall and ceiling panels and leave the door panel until last, there may be no way to enter the room. Place the frame's side guards over the left and right side of the opening, facing the floor frame. Install the metal lining of the sill and fix it to the plywood with self-tapping screws. In the case of an MT cold room, install the sheet cover directly onto the sill frame without plywood, using self-tapping screws to fasten it. Inspection. If no light can be seen, the room is assembled correctly. If light is visible, realign the panels to seal any gaps and check that the door is correctly fitted. Fit the plastic caps over the lock holes. The white caps are for the walls and the grey caps are for the floor. After completing the check, proceed with installing the compensation valve, lamp, and other accessories for the cold room.